Peace, everyone. I'm Cherie L. Greer, founding director of Kitchen Table Literary Arts, and I am excited to share with you a new storytelling get down we're doing for the fall. Over the next 3 months, you'll get 3 storytellers telling you a story where you get to decide the ending. It's really easy to play. You can dig the story right here on YouTube and you can vote in the comments. Or you can read the story at our blog at kitchen-table.org/kitchen table blog. There, you can comment to interact with the storyteller and the story and use the online poll. Voting is open for 2 weeks, and at the end of the month, you can join us right here on YouTube Live for the storyteller to give you the winning ending. So, let's jump into the first story with Adrien Julious.
Hello, I'm Adrien Julious, a writer, poet, and kitchen table literary arts facilitator based out of Tampa. I'm going to be reading you my short story titled Careful What You Pray For. It is a choose your own ending story, so at a certain point of the story, there will be 2 choices that the character has to make. Depending on which choice the audience chooses, that's the ending that I'll read. So I'm going to hop right into it. I wish I could take my prayers back. Wait, what? I wish I could take my prayers back, she said again as she scrubbed her hands through my locks, getting all the shampoo out. My hairstylist has a habit of saying the craziest things at the most inopportune times, but this one takes the cake. Okay, so you're gonna be an Indian giver with your prayers? I asked, head tilted back into the shampoo bowl, trying not to laugh and get soapy water in my mouth. I could feel all the other women in the shop beginning to focus in on our conversation. Didn't even have to look up to see hands pause in the midst of their Facebook scrolls and headphone volumes being lowered. Jade of House of Jade's Natural Hair Salon and Beauty Supply was known for 2 things in our community: being an amazing stylist and cussing people the fuck out once she was pushed too far. That's exactly what my sister said, and just like I told her, fuck yes, she shut the water off and wrapped my hair in one of her fluffy white towels before guiding me to sit in her chair. Wow. She must have really pissed you off, I said, sticking one of my headphones into my ears and tapping my phone screen to get to my latest audiobook. No, this isn't about her. It's about him. The guy I met in Dallas. Her hands, which had begun to retighten my locks in the back, forcefully seemed to lose some of her heft as she said the word him. Wait, Dr. Dude, what did he do? Renee, the woman who rented a chair in the shop, piped in since it was clear that I wasn't going to take the bait. The other 3 women in the shop were obviously listening now. The one sitting under the dryer was even holding the hood of the dryer up away from her head so that she could hear over the loud hum of the dryer. Talking about a man in a beauty shop was the quickest way to have everyone in town in your business. Normally, Jade didn't talk so freely about her personal business in the shop. She could spend hours talking about the people who tried to get over on her, or the tenant who she'd evicted who left a pair of gummy, discharge-infused underwear on the floor of the master bathroom. Even her 2 children who'd become less perfect over the years of knowing her. But aside from letting us know that she was dating some fancy woke-ass doctor in Dallas, none of the women who came in the shop were close enough for Jade to mention her relationship woes. I prayed to marry a doctor, and I met a great doctor. Fine, black, in shape, not an asshole. I met Dr. Dude, and Dr. Dude is married to a white woman. Oh, fake woke ass, Jade grunted, tugged my hair close to her and tightened her grip on one of my locks. Good thing I followed my mother's advice and went to Chili's before my hair appointment. Buy one, get one drinks have been keeping me from crying like a baby for the last 6 years of hair appointments. But where were you staying when you went to see him? Renee was clearly too enthralled in the story to focus on the young lady sitting in her chair. The girl's platinum blonde ponytail was sticking up like alfalfas from the Little Rascals. In front of looks of things, Jill was starting to set. If I were her, I would be getting pissed. I thought we were staying at his house. Apparently, we've been staying at one of his rental properties. His maid showed up this weekend unexpectedly, and I should have noticed that he almost shit his pants, but I was too busy playing Boo Boo the Fool. I even got a Brazilian for that fool. She was tugging at my hair so hard now. I wish they would just change the subject or put on Judge Judy. I mean, we're sitting in his jacuzzi naked, 2 seconds away from intercourse, and before I knew it, this old Spanish lady is standing over us looking at us like we're hairless chickens, and all that he could say was, "It's not what you think." It took me 10 whole minutes to process why he would be saying that to a maid. She was getting madder by the minute and was standing up, practically pacing at this point. I have to use the restroom, I said to her, trying to buy myself some time. Hopefully, by the time I got back from the bathroom, she'd be done with her story and back to her normal, sometimes bougie, sometimes ghetto self. It wasn't until I was in the bathroom, pants halfway around my thighs before Doctor woke. White wife, Dallas, Trevor? Trevor is Dr. Dude. Dr. Dude is Trevor, started to click in my brain in warp speed. Trevor, a woke black doctor who still had a practice in Dallas where he lived for a few years during med school, and immediately after, Trevor, whom I'd met in chemistry class, whom I then hooked up with my best friend, Trevor, who was married to my best friend from third grade, Amanda, the one who taught Dr. Woke to be woke and feminist. Did feminists cheat? My heart was pounding in my ears so loudly that it took me a few seconds to realize, once I was sitting back in the chair, that the conversation had now moved on to Colin Kaepernick and burning Nikes. Girl, I hope they all burn those yard sale shoes while they're wearing them in the center of a pile of gasoline-soaked drawers, Jade was now saying to Renee, who was now washing the gel out of the young alfalfa-haired lady's head. I would be so pissed. Normally, I wouldn't ask any questions about Dr. Dude and Jade, but I had to know. I waited for the next pause in the conversation and blurted out, "So, of course, I missed the ending of the story, but I know you broke up with that dude," to Jade as she began retightening my hair like a normal human being, only halfway killing my head. Girl, no. That fool told me that he was leaving his white woman in a few months and promised to take me to Nigeria for Thanksgiving. By the time my plane landed in Tampa, the plane tickets were sitting in my email inbox, and you should see the safari that he booked. She said, pass me her phone, which is open to an email she already obviously showed the other women. I didn't take you for the type to knowingly sleep with married men, I said, barely able to contain my anger. Girl, I'm not, but I'm also not dumb enough to turn down a $15,000 all expense paid vacation to the motherland, Jade said into my hair. I could tell that I touched a nerve by the way her hands were flying through my coils. Oh, okay, so then after Africa, you done with him then? I asked, using every ounce of restraint that 10 years of expensive ass counseling had barely taught me. Yeah, I'll be done with him the second we land back in America. I'm not like these young dummies running around the city waiting for some idiot to leave their wives. She turned up Judge Judy, who was berating some fool for stealing her best friend's car and crashing into a pole. Of course. Today will be the day that Amanda would want to meet at the hangout for drinks after work to tell me something very important. So important that she made me promise to take an Uber instead of driving my own car. As I walked into the bar and spotted her splotchy face, my throat started to feel constricted. Hey, boo, I said with false cheer leaning across the table and kissing her on her cheek. Hey, lovey, how was your day? I ordered a tequila on the rocks to start, she said with less false cheer than I had. I couldn't understand how Trevor could cheat on someone as beautiful as Amanda. Even with her splotchy face, she was one of the most beautiful women in the place. Her shiny auburn hair was bluntly cut in a boss-ass bitch bob. Her white blouse seemed to glow on her tan skin, and her smile was practically perfect. It was okay. How was yours? You don't look happy, I said, hoping that she already knew about Trevor so that I wouldn't have to tell her. Well, I went to the doctor on Friday and got the results of my breast biopsy, she began before I cut her off. Breast biopsy? When the fuck did you get a breast biopsy? I could feel the Chili's burger from my lunch getting ready to make its exit out of my stomach. When I went in for my yearly, Dr. Klein found a lump under my breast and she took a biopsy. We got the results back today, she said, reaching across the table and grabbing both of my hands with her perfectly manicured ones. And the results said, I tried to disappear into the oversized leather booth. I didn't want to know if the results were bad. They couldn't be bad. Cancer had already taken our friend Maria, the third amigo of our tribe, 2 years before. I know you don't want to hear this. She got up from her chair and walked over to my side, sliding her arms around my body, which had done the thing it does when forced to deal with horrible shit. Got so stiff you could roll me down the street like a log and kiss my cheek. But I do have cancer. It's the good kind. We found it early and we have a plan. No, you can't have cancer. This can't happen to you, I cried into her shoulder, realizing that she was doing the thing that people always did when they were sick, consoling the healthy. Yet I was still unable to immediately console her. I can, and I do. Pull yourself together, Marnie. I need you to be strong and help me tell Trevor. You know he's not going to be able to handle this. She was rubbing my back in a circular motion, the same way she'd done every time I was distressed. From the time my first girlfriend cheated on me with Michael Calhoun, to the time that I didn't win the award for Small Business of the Year in my dental practice, Trevor, fucking Trevor. Of course he wouldn't be able to handle cancer. He couldn't even handle having a perfect wife without cheating on her with a hairdresser who lived in the same damn town that he did. I cleared my throat Inhaled and exhaled 10 times and pinched the bridge of my nose. Okay, I said, taking her arms in mine and squeezing her. We've got this. You're going to be fine. And where, pray tell, is your husband today? Oh, this is week to be in Dallas. He'll be back tomorrow. That was the other thing I needed. I have to go to the lab for some blood work in the morning. Can you pick him up from the airport at 8 a.m.? She said, smiling. She asked, smiling like she won the lottery. The waitress walked over then, placing our drinks down and asking us if we wanted to order any appetizers, buying me some time. I didn't want to pick up Trevor from the airport. He was a sorry excuse for a human being. Cheat on my friend, shame on you. Cheat on my angelic, always positive, cancer-having friend, pox upon your soul. Do I tell her? Would I be a good friend if I told her? Or should I pick Trevor up from the airport and confront him? So those are your choices. Does she tell her? Does she pick up Trevor and cuss him out? You choose.